Unit 7, Lesson 3, Exercise 2A.
Welcome to the VOA Special English Program. I am Faith Walker. Today we talk and answer your questions about museums in the United States. Daniel Stoner is helping me in this program. We have a letter from our listener Tanya Brown, who wants to know how to make a visit to a museum a success. Can you share a few secrets with us, Daniel?
Yes, sure. Before the visit, think what you're interested in or what you're studying at school. You'll have an opportunity to explore history, art, in other words, to deepen your knowledge about different spheres of life. Then, try to get information about the museum you think might be interesting for you. Find a brochure or explore the museum's website to learn about the permanent and special exhibitions, opening times, admission fees and discounts. More than half of museums are free to the public. It means people don't need to pay. Of those that charge fees, 58.7% have free days. At the museum, find the information desk and ask what exhibitions are on. When you're in the hall, ask if you can touch the exhibits. Keep the visit simple and don't try to see everything. It could be better to come again one day. You should try to get to the how and the why of things. Take a break if you feel tired. After the visit, share your experiences with friends and relatives. Think if it has helped you find answers to the questions you came with or make new discoveries.
Thank you very much, Daniel.
Unit 7, Lesson 3, Exercise 4A, 4B.
Americans love museums. We have art museums, history museums, car museums, train museums and space museums. Many are famous. Millions of people from around the world visit them each year. Let's take the Smithsonian museums across America. The Smithsonian is more than a collection of museums. It's a research institution which makes its discoveries available to everybody. Admission is free to all Smithsonian museums and the zoo in Washington, D.C. Most museums are open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., except the 25th of December. Today, many museums are interactive learning centers that give you an opportunity to explore and make your own discoveries, learn, and yes, even touch some exhibits. Children's museums are just one example of these new interactive museums. The Brooklyn Children's Museum, the oldest museum of its kind, celebrated its 100th anniversary in 1999. By 1975, there were only about 31 children's museums in the United States. Today, there are 200 children's museums in this country. I believe nobody will argue that museums are places of fun. And today, we tell you about some unusual museums in the United States, which we can say are fun. We have these other museums, the kind that make you ask, did they really build a museum for that? David Stoner tells us about some of these unusual museums.
It may be yellow, brown, grey, mild, or hot and spicy. We put it on sandwiches, on hot dogs. No American picnic would be complete without mustard. People in the town of Middleton, Wisconsin, love it so much. They built a museum in its honor. The National Mustard Museum has over 5,000 kinds of mustard from 60 countries. You can even taste and buy containers of mustard in the museum. If you visit the Banana Museum in Auburn, Washington, you could learn everything you ever wanted to know about bananas. There are almost 4,000 objects in honor of this favorite fruit. If you are ever in Haines, Alaska, you might want to visit the Hammer Museum. There you will find over 1,500 different kinds of hammers. Dave Parr started the museum 2002. He says some of the hammers on display were used thousands of years ago by the ancient Egyptians. Or you could visit Barney Smith's Toilet Seat Museum in San Antonio, Texas. Yes, it is what you think it is. Mr. Smith says he has painted or decorated about 1,000 toilet seats. Many of the seats have a personal meaning to him. Some show his travels around the world.
Thanks, David. I'm sure you can tell more about different unusual museums in the US. I hope our listeners have enjoyed the program. Now our time is up. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.